Okay, guys, welcome to the section. We are starting off, and I'm just going to give a couple of minutes because we're supposed to start by 6:25. Sorry, 6:30, and this is 6:25. So I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for people who are supposed to be here to hurry up and join us. Just hang on. In the next 5 minutes, we'll be starting off officially. Thank you very much. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the live section. Please, if you can see me, quickly leave a comment on the platform. If you can see me, I would love you to leave a comment wherever you're watching me from, so I know that I'm live. If you can see me, leave a comment. I would love to know that I'm actually live now, and you can see me, so we can properly begin our section. Welcome back. Welcome. All right. So today we are going to be talking about strategies to get gigs and jobs, remote jobs online. As someone who has already learned a skill, like I always say, it's not enough to learn a skill. It's one thing to learn a skill, and it's another thing to secure a job with the skill that you've learned. So that is why today we're going to be having that section where you're going to be learning a whole um, a whole lot of things from people who have been successful in their digital skills journey, right? Um, so quickly, while we wait to get started, quickly comment in the comment section how you heard about the program. I would love to know from this comment section. We said we are going to be gifting people a few things, data subscription, and 100% off on your certification. So what I need you to do for me is go to the comment section, just write your name, your email address, and how you heard about the program. I repeat, your name, your email address, and how you heard about the section, right? So I'll be waiting to be reading all of that while I wait for my co-host to come online because she has something she'll be delivering to you as well. Drop that comment, your name, your email address, and how you you heard about the program, and then you are here to be part of it. Your name, email address, how you heard about the program, and just go ahead and do that quickly for me. And please, if you do not have writing materials, I will implore you, go get yourself writing materials. Don't mind me. I'm trying to send out the broadcast link around, so people who are interested, who would love to join, can quickly join us. That is why I'm trying to do a lot of things at the same time. So quickly comment your name, email address, and how you heard about the program. We are going to have winners at the end of the program, and you know, just to spice things up a bit, you're going to learn a whole lot. When I promise you value, it's going to be value. Dexa has looked forward to this program for as long as I can remember, and now that we want to finally have the event, it's just necessary that you pay adequate attention so you can be able to learn everything we want to teach today. You're not paying for it. It's a free section. All we need is your attention. Like I said, have your writing materials, have anything you know that will enable you get value from this section. Okay, so the section is going to be um, in two ways. I'm going to be handling a part of the program, and my co-host is going to be handling another part of the program. So I'm letting them in now. Yes, I'm trying to let them in. So by the time they all come in, you're going to be starting officially. Or Jotisi Lope, confirm if you can hear me from your end.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
Beautiful. Good evening. You're welcome to the section.
Thank you, sir.
Um, all right. So we're hanging on wait a little bit for Eva. Eva is also meant to join us in the section, so she can share her own perspective from what we are doing while you get to share. Me, okay. Just so that we don't waste a whole lot of time, Ojo has, Artist Lakurada has another meeting to attend to. So I would love us to quickly do something. So, Titi Lokwe, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
So, which course did you do on DEXA?
Virtual assistant professional.
The virtual assistant course. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
what cohort were you part of?
The first cohort, cohort
First
one.
cohort. Okay. Now we brought you. I believe you already know why we brought you to the program, and but I
Yes,
still want
sir.
to reiterate. One of the reasons we brought you into the program is that you're one of our success stories. You're one of the people who has finished our course and has gotten a job after taking the course. So you're one of the success stories. We are proud of you. And we just wanted you to share a little bit on how you were able to do that. Correct?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you have the floor. I want you to quickly finish your section so you can get ready for the next meeting you have. Just tell us how you were able to secure your job, how the journey. Just tell us everything necessary. Like imagine that the people listening to you now are all newbies. They know nothing about finding jobs online, and then now they are here to learn how you were able to secure your job. Go from what you posted, who saw it, how you were contacted, and how you responded. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So you go ahead, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ojo Titilope Elizabeth. I was one of the participants of the first cohort of the DEXA virtual assistant course. Well, I'll be sharing my story on how I got my present job and also an additional job I'm doing right now. Um, during the uh, during the course, I I was the team lead for Team Seven, and even though I was the team lead, there was so many things I wasn't that I needed to learn, unlearn, relearn, and learn from people. So I was very active in the we had something we call brainstorming section. We have it 3 times in a week, and I made it a point of duty to always attend those classes because sincerely those classes helped me a lot in developing myself as a virtual assistant. You get to hear from different.
Sorry, are you still there? I can no longer hear you. Tizilop, are you there? We can't hear you anymore. Hello? I think that must be a technical glitch. Tizilop, if you can hear me, we can't hear you from this end. Confirm if you're still there, so you can continue sharing your story. Okay, guys, you have to hang in. Let me try to resolve what the issue is from my end. Okay, while we wait for her to reconnect and come back, please kindly share this video. Someone in your list might need to watch this video. And if you're just joining, welcome to Dexa's community webinar. My name is Victor Kelechi Kingsley. I'm the founder and CEO of Dexa. Today we want to hold a free training to teach people how to find jobs with your digital skill. Because, like I always say, it doesn't end in getting a skill. You need to turn that skill into a job, into something that can feed you and feed whoever is dependent on you. Right. So this is why we are holding this webinar today to be able to, teach you what has been working for our students and our past students. Now, with me, we have Eva, and I have Titilope with me. So Titilope is going to basically share. She was one of our graduates from the virtual assistant boot camp one. So she's going to be sharing her story, more like what worked for her, while Eva, who is an established freelancer, is going to also teach you the things to do to be able to be a successful freelancer. And that is why we are here today. So I just needed to buy time for them to fix up whatever the issue was on their end. And gladly, they are back, right? So I'm going to give Tidilope the stage once more to share her story, because I know you really want to hear how she was able to go from learning a skill to getting a job, and how you can also replicate that kind of success in your digital skills journey. So I'm going to reactivate Titi Lokwe once more, and then she's going to continue from where she stopped. Titi,
Okay, so I'm
yeah,
back. I got
all
locked
right,
out by the network.
go ahead, yes.
Okay. As I was saying, I was actively present in all the brainstorming sections we had. I made sure I took my time to learn from each and everybody, because I won't lie to you, during those brainstorming sections, you learn a lot because you're actually communicating with different people. Various people bring in their idea and you get to learn a lot from them. So during those brainstorming sections, I learned a lot from people. So immediately after I finished my course, the first step I took was to revamp my CV. That is very important in getting yourself a job. The first thing you need to do is I revamped my CV, and I also worked on my social media pages like my LinkedIn, my Upwork, even Facebook. Because sincerely, there is nowhere you can't get a job. You can even get a job through Instagram. So I worked on my CV. I revamped it. I revamped my LinkedIn page, my Upwork page. I revamped it. And there is one thing about revamping your CV. You need to tailor it into the skills that you've learned. It's not that you learned virtual assistant and you are tailoring your CV towards something else. No, because even your CV speaks a lot about you. That's the first thing your employer is going to see, because when you are definitely applying for a job, the first thing you present is your CV before you have a physical interview. So your CV goes a long way to say a lot about you before you being invited for an interview. So that was exactly what I did. I revamped my CV and I started applying for jobs online. And also make sure you are active online, make your social media presence known, because um, especially getting connections on LinkedIn, it actually helps you a lot, because you might not know who will actually see your page or you connect with and would want to engage your services. So I started, building my LinkedIn page. I connected with a lot of people. If you send me an invite, I, reply. So not long after, I saw a job post and I applied for it. Just as I've told you earlier, I revamped my CV and I submitted my CV. So luckily, I was called for an interview. And the most funniest part was the day I had my interview, I was actually the last person to, come into the chat room. So while having my interview, the only thing what I noticed through the interview is your employer is not interested in what qualifications you have, but what skills you possess and how that skills is able to solve their problem. Because every employer wants a problem solver, especially for virtual assistants. What solutions are you willing to prefer to the problems that are being brought to you? Nothing concerns your employer. If you like have a BSc, PhD, what they are really concerned about is the skills that you've acquired over time, and how are you able to use that skills to move their organization forward to achieve their goals. That is one thing I've learned during interviews. So I would also advise that during interviews, you focus more on how your skills is going to help your um, employer solve their problems. You must present yourself as a problem solver. You must present yourself as someone who is capable to solve the issues they are encountering in the organization, especially as a VA. So that was how I got my first job. The questions they were asking me was they presented their problem and I gave them a solution which can help them advance their organization. And that was how I got my first job after DEXA. And also, try to I got my job on LinkedIn, mind you. Yeah, and also my second job I got it on LinkedIn too. It was through referral. And that is one thing I want you to take serious. Always engage on people posts. It's not all the time you just go to your social media, just scroll to just because you want to read comments for comments sake. Try to be you try to engage in other people's posts. From there you might get someone that could just go through your page, or a friend that knows you and can refer you. How I got my second job was, there is a friend of mine that just needed a short time virtual assistant to help her handle some administrative tasks. So I just did it just for doing sake. And at the end of the day, she was the one that got me my second job. She actually referred me to an employer that pays me even more than my expectations right now. So I think the last thing I'm going to say is be more engaging in your social media handles. Engage under other people's comments. Try to sell yourself even to your family members, because sincerely you don't know who is going to land you your next job. Try to tell people around you, this is what I do, this is what I major in, these are the skills I have acquired over time. And definitely once you start doing that and you network with people, then the sky, they say, is the starting point. So that is the story of how I moved from just a DEXA trainee to someone having two jobs to juggle at the time. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Initially when I asked you to come speak, it was mainly going to be you sharing your story, but you went from sharing your story to delivering a masterclass. I'm completely proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
This
sir.
was this is when you're intentional about sharing knowledge, it just comes effortlessly, and then you because you know what you're doing, you're in the process, and then it's just effortless for you. So thank you so much, Titi Lope. This
Thank you
was
very much, sir.
Yeah, it was an amazing one. Okay, I think we have Eva on the background. Eva, I'm so sorry. I didn't see your join request from the start. So sorry about that. Eva, can you hear me?
It's all right. Yeah, I'm hearing you perfectly. Good evening, boss.
Good evening. Yeah, welcome. So Eva, let me do a bit
Thank
before
you.
we go to Eva anyway. So this is but thank you so much. You've given us your best. Honestly, I learned a whole lot. I might be suspending my job as Dexter CEO to look for a job with the way you look for a job, because man, working two jobs in this economy is going to help you solve a whole lot of problems. So thank you so much, and God bless you for pouring out your heart. And thank you so much. Thank you. And one beautiful thing also
Thank you
with
very
between
much.
Eva and Titi Lokwe is that they were both team leads when they were with Dexa. They were team leads. And this goes to show you that people who we select as team leads, we don't just select them because someone there was one time we selected team leads. Someone thought, all of these women selected are fine, fine women. We don't select based on looks. These people are brilliant. They have things to deliver, who are showing real time working. And that is why when we select them, they go through most times our team leads don't even go through rigorous trainings to be able to manage. These people just start managing they go from 0 to 100 immediately. And I of you to see that I'm saying it again. I'm super proud of you. You've done so well, and with the way it looks, you'll be coming up with me in any of the next cohorts or trainings I'm going to have. And if peradventure I have a speaking engagement in your city, I am so inviting you. Please, which city do you live in?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you a lot. Thank you, sir.
What city do you live in?
Abuja.
Abuja, thank you. So whenever I have an engagement in Abuja, I'm inviting you over to come speak and share your story because a lot of people need to be inspired and to know how to navigate their way through the tech industry. You don't have to code to be into tech. I've not written a line of code for God knows how long, right? So people think when you talk about tech, digital skill space, it's all technical. You've got to write codes and all of that. No, they are completely optional. And you can see Titi Lokwe, I'm sure Titi Lokwe has not written any code before, and she has 2 jobs as a virtual assistant. It is beautiful. It is what tech exposes you to. So now I'm going to let the floor open to our very own beautiful and intelligent Eva. Eva is one of the best people you meet. I'm not saying this to hype her up. I monitored Eva's activities just like I do in every of her cohort. Watched how she was managing her team. Eva is a leader. She's not just a leader, she's a leader who leads by excellence, brings in her knowledge from outside of the boot camp, to train her participants in the boot camp. So it's something you don't get everywhere. And I want you to put yourself together because Eva is going to deliver a complete lecture. She has her slides. She's going to teach you how to get jobs on Upwork and possibly on LinkedIn as well. Eva is not talking from what she read online. Eva is a full-time freelancer. Maybe does other things on the side, I don't know. But Eva is a successful freelancer. And whatever she's going to teach you is top notch. These are things you pay for. So I would really advise you to pay attention and be able to, appreciate what she's going to bring on. So Eva, are you good? Let me bring your slide on.
Yeah. Yes,
All right,
I'm
beautiful.
very
So,
good.
all right, your slide is live. I think your slide will come up shortly. Yes, that's your slide. You can go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, guys. Just like my boss said, my name is Eva Chuku. First, I want to say thank you, boss, for giving me this beautiful opportunity to be amongst these beautiful people this evening. It's really overwhelming for me. I totally appreciate it. Thank you very much. Without wasting most our time on this and all that, let me go straight into it. So I'm gonna start first by describing what my journey into tech world has been, the way it has been all this while. And of course, I'm going to describe, I like show us the live performance on how to source for job on Upwork. I'm gonna use an Upwork account and show us how to do it. And then at the end of this, I'm going to entertain so many questions. You can bring up your questions, as many as I'm here to answer all the questions you need. Okay. So my tech journey started 2023, no 2021. After I had one major issue, I was as in the bank and all that. I had a major money issue in the bank. So then one of the nights I came, I was like, Eva, what are you doing with your life? If the bank tells you to go home today, what do you really have to offer? And I realized actually I have nothing. And I was like, okay, then what are you going to tell people? You spent how many years in a bank? You can't even achieve, do you even achieve anything? So I now went on YouTube and now started searching so many things, went online. I was still not satisfied. So somehow I came across the post by Tessa on Facebook. I said, okay, let me apply. Like, it was just random. I was like, I don't know if I'll be taken. But I thank God I actually applied that day. Within some couple of days, I was surprised I was shortlisted. And then before I knew it, I got into the program. To tell you the truth, that was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. The 21 years actually taught me so many things I never knew I could actually get. It taught me resilience. It taught me that I could actually do or be anything I want to be. It taught me that tech world anybody could actually get into the tech industry and actually make something out of it. And of course, to make like the top icing on the cake, I was now selected as a team lead. That also added so much thing to my life. Okay, so that this is just how my tech was started, and it has been beautiful all this while. So now back to the main business. Being uh a freelancer, especially in Nigeria, is totally challenging. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're not facing um network issue, you'll be facing life issue, so many issues, right? And at the point you could feel like giving up, right? Especially when it comes to job application. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. Sometimes of our okay, I don't know most of you that know how Upwork is, but I'm gonna show us how it is. Sometimes I could wake up, I could in a week I could apply like 50 jobs at the same time. Yes, and it's money because every job on Upwork you have to pay a token called Connect. That is dollar we are talking about. And even after that, you wouldn't get even one single job. You feel like giving up. But at that point, you want to give up. Trust me, don't ever think, don't ever do it. You might think it, but don't do it. Just keep grinding. And I promise you, it's going to get easy as you push along. Okay? And then there are so many 1 million and one jobs you could, as in, you could niche into so many skills as a tech person. As my boss rightly said, it does not really boil down to just being um, somebody who is into coding and all that. I've never coded in my entire life. I don't even know what it looks like. Let me just say the truth here. I don't. So you could be a content creator. You could be a project manager. You could be data analyst. You could be those of you that love telling stories so much. You could be a ghostwriter. You could be anything you want to be, just as long as you put your mind into it. Trust me, you're gonna be that. Okay. And then another thing is, this is where it gets tricky. I always tell people to always get accountability partners. Even then in DESA, I made sure of that. Going through this journey alone would be challenging most times, extremely challenging, right? But now when you have people like a group of maybe 4 or 5 persons whom you could be accountable to, like in a week, you could tell the person, okay, you guys will come together, this is what we achieved this week, this is what we achieved this week, okay, next week let's do this and that. It could help your journey faster. It would help you, like, even if you want to give up, you can't give up because you have people you are going to account to. So do me a favor, get yourself an accountability partner. Go to you can use ChatGPT and draft out what you guys are going to be doing every week. If it's to be writing proposals, you could make it a proposal challenge for this week. If it's interview, you could make it interview challenge for this week. If it's maybe Upwork application, a job application, it could be that for the week. But just make sure you set tiny goals for your tech journey. This is going to help you. Accountability partner is so great. Trust me, you don't want to lose this one. Then I think we're gonna dive. These are the skills. If you look at it, these are the skills. I mentioned most of them. You can be a podcast editor. You can be a market researcher. You can be a technical supporter. You can be a legal counsel. However, you can be anything. You don't even need to code. All right. So I'm gonna dive in. I don't want to waste time into Upwork proper. So boss, I don't know. I want to share screen. I want to share an Upwork screen so that I'll be demonstrating live. I wouldn't want to just do the talk alone. I want to show people how it's done.
Yeah, sure,
So
go ahead.
let me okay, let me get to it. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
Can
I
you
can
see
see
my
your screen.
screen?
But yeah, but what I'm seeing is your chapter 3 slide.
Okay. You see, I see my chapter 3 slide. You can't see the Upwork I'm sharing.
I can't see the
You
Upwork yet. Still your
see, I
chapter
see
3.
my chapter. Oh, I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay. I've shared it again. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see my Upwork screen?
No, still your chapter 3. Okay, wait.
I've shared it again. Can you guys see it?
I've brought in your screen now. It's visible.
Can you guys see my Okay, thank you very much.
All
No,
right.
still your chapter 3.
Okay, wait. I've shared the link. Can you guys see? Yes, I've brought in your screen now. It's visible.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use this person's account. I revamped this account this afternoon for this particular person called Mr. Abraham. All right. For business, well, reasons best known to me, I don't want to share my own account here, please. Okay. But that's right. So this is basically what Upwork account looks like, right? Then one of the most important things you have to consider when you're opening an Upwork account is your picture, right? You don't just snap anyhow picture and put there. We are talking about you presenting yourself to international communities. There are so many bosses out there on Upwork. You can get people from America, from Canada, from UK, name it anywhere. So it has to stand out. So that's why your picture is extremely important. So you need to put a picture that will show, of course, not when you're frowning. You should put a picture that will uh force in quotes kind of whoever that your client to actually click back on your profile and really want to know what you're up and about and what you can offer him or her. Okay, like this person's account, as in this person, look at it, as you can see, the picture is visible, everything is clear, he's even smiling, which means the smile there means like you can trust me, like I'm your person, I'm here to deliver your job. Okay. And then another important thing about Upwork is setting up your profiles, right? Upwork like gives you the ability to set up to three. You can have up to three profiles just under one. If you look at this person, he has the first profile says customer service, tech support specialist, and virtual assistant. The second one is executive assistant and administrative assistant, right? Then the third one says technical support specialist. Now, one of the mistakes most of us make that makes it difficult for our Upwork account to be seen is we don't intermarry all these skills. For instance, you will see somebody whose skill is probably the person is into let me say ghost writing, right? Then the person's second skill will now be like something um like maybe the person is into coding or maybe web design. What relationship has a web designer got to do with um, a writer? They're not the same, right? So now those issues would always make clients not to take you serious. So anytime you want to like create your page, make sure whatever your skills are intermarrying each other and they are relatable. For instance, if you're saying your skill is you're a project manager, the first one could be CRM automation expert, right? As a project manager, you're expected to know CRMs. You could use Monday.com, ClickUp, Asana, Smartsheet. You can use that to build up that particular niche. Then the second niche could be virtual assistant. As a project manager, you could also be a virtual assistant, right? You could help customers do one or two. Okay, that is all about the management part of it. Then after setting up your let's say your profile title, one of the most crucial things you have to consider is writing your your profile perfectly. Now, another mistake our freelancers make is they go to ChatGPT and copy everything verbatim and then drop it as your profile information. Now, you and I know that white people are extremely smart. Once you go there, they also have all these AI checkers where they go to check if this thing is copied from ChatGPT or not. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't copy from ChatGPT. No. Even if you must copy whatever thing you're doing from ChatGPT, make sure you take it to any AI dictatable platform of your choice and humanize it. Then after it's humanized, you now test it on also that dictatable site. Once it's confirmed 100% humanized, you now paste it on Upwork. Now that will make it look like human wrote it, not machine. All right. Then when you are done setting up, just make sure that just make it snappy. Concentrate more on what you can offer customer. It's not about you here. Really, some people tell you they'll come on a page like and tell you something like, "Hi, my name is Eva. I am this and that." The clients already see your name. You don't need to mention your name there again. That's the red flag, so to say. You have no business mentioning your name on your profile again. So just look at exactly what you can offer this customer based base it just solely on your customer. Just everything you're writing, just let it be just how you pamper the customer, how you be the best for the customer, how you bring wine for the customer, how you go buy a customer the water he or she wants to drink. As you just make it standard by measuring the customer. All right. Then after you are done and making sure your profile is lit, like beautiful, now this is another part that so many people feel portfolio. And most of the jobs I've gotten on Upwork, I didn't really need to talk much. Like I didn't really need to explain myself too much. I have so many portfolios, so many. So what I do is anytime I'm applying for a job or something like that, I now I now get one of my portfolios pertaining to that particular job I'm applying for and just submit. And 90% of the time, because the client will now like get you the job based on the fact they've seen you've done the job already. So they don't even need to go through all the other essays you're writing. So portfolios are important. And some people might ask me, how do I get portfolio? Now, this DESA training, 21 days training, is one of the most beautiful experiences you would ever have because it gives you, in fact, it gives you that privilege. You have portfolios. So what I do is for each assignment given to me by DESA when I was training, right? I went to my laptop, created what do they call it? Like okay, I created what I call a portfolio uh, box so on my laptop. So each assignment given to me, I would like make it. I will save one on my laptop as my portfolio, then submit the other one. So by the time I finished from the training, I found out I had series of portfolios, and that was extremely good. So I termed it DESA VA portfolio to make it easier for me to identify via my laptop. All right. And then another thing that helped me was for okay, before I apply for every job I apply for, I always look out for any CRM tool there. I'll go to YouTube. Like I've actually spent all my time on YouTube. That place is like awesome. More or less like a university on its own. So then as I'm practicing, okay, let me use for instance Monday.com. Before I never knew anything about that, right? So now once I go to YouTube, I could watch 4, 5, 6 videos extremely just about Monday.com. So now I'll now have to like and then Model.com has a free version, right? So I now create a free version for myself. So now as I'm learning, I'm practicing alongside. As I'm learning, I'm practicing. Okay. Then at the end of the day, that's all the things I did based on the practice thing, I'll now use them as my portfolio. Then after that, I will now upload it on Upwork. Now let me show you how to upload your portfolio. Let's say this is your portfolio platform. You click on this plus button. Hmm? It will open. It will now ask you um what is the title of the project. Let's say the title of the project is Monday.com automation. Sorry, hope you are seeing my system.
Yes, yes, we can
Sorry,
see.
you all see my system.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
All 246. Yeah.
Then I'll go here. Mind you, I've already saved those portfolios, right? So then I'll now click here. Let's see. Sorry, I have so many things on my laptop. Make una no verse. Then let's okay. This I have Monday.com here. Okay, this is what typical Monday.com platform looks like. So I'll now choose one, open it. It's downloading, right? Then they ask my role. I can say project management manager. So I can just briefly say what the thing is, just to create automation for BMAC BMAC consult. Don't mind my spelling, I beg. This is not really important, but I could just put PM, project management, sort of. Okay. Then we click on that. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. Then you click on Next thumbnail. All right. Then you now publish. Once you publish, you see it automatically presented on your profile. Done. Are you seeing it there? It's showing there now. So I've added this portfolio now on my Upwork. This is how to add your portfolio. Even if you have 20, this is exactly the same way you do it. Okay. Then that is all about portfolio. Then for work history, this usually is always is applicable when you work with customers, right? On clients on Upwork, they will now give you a review. I'll still come to that later, but let me just for now just give you a brief history about it. Then another thing I always tell people is in case you don't have a review yet, because review comes when you must have finished work on Upwork, like a task customer gave you, the person customer pays and then gives you a review. But some of us didn't just jump in and get a review, right? We started from somewhere. So in case you don't have a review, what I always tell people to do is use testimonial, right? This is the testimonial here. I'm clicking on it. All of us have so many friends, right? If you have a friend, any of your friends that is on LinkedIn and is doing well, you could ask that person for a portfolio, for a testimonial. You put the person's first name and last name, put the person's business email address or personal email address, then put the person's LinkedIn profile. This client type option, as in client's title, what the person is called, if the person is a manager or whatever, I add it there. Then the project, this one is optional, it's not compulsory, right? And then you now send a message to that person, that your friend. Because at the address, they pretend the person is like a manager to you, other than your friend, right? You could say, okay, sir, please, could you like give me a testimonial based on so and so job I've done for you? Mind you've already discussed with just your friend that he or she's going to give you this testimonial, right? So once you are done, you submit it, all right? Then your friend will get a notification from Upwork telling him or her that you are demanding a portfolio from him or her, right? And then it's not left for you to give or not to give. But then giving this your friend the testimonial will go a long way to boost the person's freelance journey, right? Then you can get as much as two or three. That will help your page, trust me, or your profile, trust me. And then this is another place. Like I tell people, it's one thing to take a course or maybe to be accepted into DESA. Is another thing to just finish and not ask for your certificate. Trust me, that certificate will help you a long way, especially in your tech journey, right? Now, this is where you put your certifications, this platform now that's showing here, right? Assuming this person now took DESA course, of course, that certification will be here. You just go to this place, go to click on plus. It's extremely easy. Then you can add either automatically or via or import from Credly. Either way, once you click the thing just appears and your certification drops. That's all. If it's from Credly, sometimes it could take 24 hours for Upwork to validate it and drop it. Most times, all right. I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. Hello, I might be on. Am I being understood?
Yes, yes, definitely they are getting you.
I hope I'm not moving too fast, please.
No, no, it's okay.
So now that is that about dropping our certifications and all that. Then another area is your job history, like your employment history. You know, at some point, if all of us have actually done, like some people will tell you, I don't have job, I've not done any job, or I don't have job history, work experience. But of course you do. For instance, maybe you all go to church, right? They could tell you, okay, you could organize a quiz in church. Now that is you using your that is you using your organizational skill to organize your group. Now that is a job. You can use it as your employment history. Or maybe while in school, you were part of, I don't know, Student Union Government, SUG. Maybe you were the director of socials or whatever. Okay. You could actually use your skill as what you did then as a director of socials. You can implement it and use it as a work history. You mustn't necessarily get a job in an establishment for you to have a job history. No, you could even be a babysitter for your sister at home, helping her go to the market, helping her do so many things, helping her change the baby and all that. Now, that is a beautiful skill you could also use as your employment history. So you can add it there, and that is it. So you mustn't wait until you get into maybe a bank to have a job history. No, it doesn't work like that. Now, the owner of them all is actually applying for Upwork job. Now, that is where people can spend 2 years, 3 years, and yet they will never get a single job on Upwork. Trust me, I've seen. Okay. But what I always tell people is this: is is not, if I tell you it's easy, then I'm lying to you. It's not going to be easy. That's number one. But then your ability to be determined to persevere, and also to pay attention to details to determine how far you go, especially when getting a job on Upwork. Okay, let me show you an example. For instance, mm, okay, hold on. We are trying to look for a job. So now on Upwork, there are like four icons, right? This one is find job. Under find job, you see save jobs. I'll be explaining one after the other. Save jobs is okay. For instance, I'm seeing this job now, this hybrid office virtual assistant, and I don't have Connect to apply for. Every job on Upwork, you must apply with Connect, and Connect is each connect is, you could pay close to, in Nigerian currency, that should be 14,000, 15,000 naira to buy 100 connect here. But in dollars, that should be $14.59 or something like that. That is how much it could actually cost you to buy a connect. Then for each connect, you can get a job of 12 connects, 18 connects, 20 connects, 16 connects. So now let's assume I'm looking at this job, but I don't have the connect to apply. I could actually save the job by clicking on this heart button. Once I click on it, it is saved automatically. All right. Remember, I have two saved jobs already. Let me click another one. Assuming I like this one, I can click off. That means later I will apply for it. Okay. The thing will change to three. That is what this function key does, this save job. Then proposals and offers, that is when you send your proposal and your client replies you, and then the offer comes down. That is where you see such. And then these services has to do with most of the things, the services you render and order and stuff. Then the promo with ads is not necessary. That one doesn't do much. Then your active job, most times, let's assume you have two or three or four, five, six jobs on Upwork. This is where you come to check any of them that is still active. Probably someone might ask you, babe, can you show me what your profile looks like? You go come and tell the person, okay, I have 5 jobs, so this is the evidence. And then hourly work. In Upwork, we have it's either you get an hourly paid job, or a job that will just require you to do a task immediately and they will pay you immediately. Or they will tell you, they complete this task this minute, I'll pay by the weekend, or make sure you complete it within 5 days. All right. But what most of us always pray for is to get hourly job. Now that is where the money is. Okay. Then let's assume you want to find work, like I said, and I'm looking at this job now, and I want to apply for this particular job. Hmm? Please don't, once you click on the job, I beg you, don't go and start applying immediately. No, don't do that. So that you not waste your connect. All right. Because sometimes, believe me, most of the clients, some of them can be funny, some of them can be me. After applying and wasting your 16 connect, which is money, by the way, at the end of the day, would end up not getting the job because the client might just ignore you. Now, what I advise people to do, and this works every time, once you open the job, carefully read the description, details by details. One thing I've learned from working with white people for a while now is they are well detailed. If a white man tells you, I want it in pink, bet me blue wouldn't go. If it's not pink, forget it, you're not getting the job. So now most of them will also, when they are done with their job post, they'll not tell you, they might come below and tell you, please add the word like yellow, or add the word baby on your proposal for me to know that you actually read my job post. But I know Nigerians, they're always very fast. Most of us wouldn't even bother to read through. All we know is just to go and apply for the job, click and apply. I bet you that will be you burning your connect for years and you won't even get a job. So like I said, read through thoroughly. Read it line by line. Then when you are done, then come to this other side. I think that should be the left side if I'm not mistaken. You now check information about the client. Ah, Hiring rate of this client is 0%, which means if you apply, you're wasting your connect. The human being will not hire you, just there to waste your money, right? And then you also watch the review. Most of them get, you can see 1 star or 2 stars. That means that person is horrible to work with. Always look out for customers that have 5 star or 4 at least. And then always look out for customers that have at least 50% higher rate. You have a chance of being seen by this kind of client. Okay. And then check how long this person has been on Upwork. If assuming somebody has been on Upwork for like since 2000 and 2013 or 2014, and that person has only hired like 10 persons, that is a huge red flag. That means don't apply for the job. Please just ignore and walk out, because that person is never gonna take you, right? Then when you are done, you now come down. Okay, this one doesn't hire it. This person has not posted. I will use another example. I'll show you something. Clients love it. So it's just why people love it when you call them by their name, all right? Except the person does not have a name, as in the person, like this person now. There is no job that's description here that shows he has actually hired someone. I'll use an example of someone who has hired somebody for you to understand what I'm saying. So for this kind of person now, the name is not shown, right? If you want to send a proposal to this person, what you're gonna start with is something like hello there or hi there. That ends it. And please don't start after you don't start. My name is this. I've been a, okay, assuming okay. Hold on, let's do this. This woman may said is looking for a hybrid virtual assistant, office virtual assistant, which means this person needs someone who would also come into the office and also be remote at the same time. The hybrid means you'll be removed. You can call it tomorrow. I need you in my office. So let's assume you're in Nigeria and this person is in America. How is it possible for you to move to America when you want to? Right? So, like I said, this job is the no for those of us down here. Okay. Now, this person is looking for a virtual assistant, right? To really get this person attention, pause for a minute and actually think about what you can offer this person as a virtual assistant, but as regards to his job description, see what the kind of things he wants. He said as a virtual assistant, you will collaborate with clients to provide comprehensive assistance support. That means he needs somebody that will be there for his clients, somebody that will that have communication skill for his clients. He also needs somebody that would also be there to provide every assistance the client might need, probably maybe to get drafts, maybe to attend meetings and all that. That is one of the skills the guy is looking for. Okay, see, he mentioned whether remote or site. That just like I mentioned. He said you will be responsible for managing schedules. Sorry, that means he could want you to use Calendly and like maybe handle his schedules for him, or you can do it on what's the name on Teams. You can also use Google to do that for him, and then he also wants someone that can handle his email and phone calls and all that. Now, to stand out, you could tell this man that I will not only handle your email, right? I would also add labels to your emails. I will put automations on your emails using Zapier so that anytime your client contacts you, you get the notification through your phone or through WhatsApp. Now that line alone will capture even the devil, trust me. So these are the kind of things you need to look at when you are writing a proposal for a job on Upwork. Make sure you find out what the person is looking for, then twist it and make it and look for the best solution to this customer's issue and start with that. The first 120 words are crucial when it comes to Upwork application. If they are not beautiful or captivating, trust me here, the client will skip you and go away. There's 1,001 people looking for jobs. So make sure your first 20 words are captivating. If a customer tells you, man, I need somebody that will go to maybe Mount Olive or something, I don't know if it's existing. Tell the customer, I have gone to Everest and I went there through the winter. It was cold and hell, but I did it. And I'm sure I can take you to Everest. Now, what client wouldn't want to go to Everest? Right? Just make yourself stand out. Right? And another thing is then showcase what you've done. Now, this is where portfolio comes in, right? You cannot drop a link to your portfolio by telling him, okay, this is a link to what I've done as regards to this your particular job is linked and all that. If I could do it for this person, I can also do it for you. This is like an example of what I've done. Okay, now that is another thing to make you stand out. And then your call to action, that's your closing part of the closing part of your proposal is extremely important. Now, some people will finish and they will write, hope to hear from you. Thank you very much. That is not there to captivate the customer. Like my catching line, I always use this. And when I'm done, I'll share some of my job winning cover letters I've used. You can replicate, oh, you can save it and use it as yours, but just change some things, okay, to be easier for you. So one of the things that always lands me sometimes, most of the job is I always say something like this: I'm on now. Can we jump on to like a fast 5 or 10 minutes call via Upwork so that I could actually show you or demonstrate to you that I can do this job. Now that is telling the customer, man, I'm here, I'm waiting for you to jump on a call so that we can do this. 95% of the time, the client listens, and then before you know it, I will receive a message. Are you there? Okay. Can you click on this? Let's start. And then it starts and I get the job. So this is what we will be using. As just make sure your call to action. You can go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give you as in best call to action lines you could use. And then, and like I said, take it to the table AI and humanize it and use it. That will work very well for you. Okay. Then another thing I always tell people, sometimes you might, okay, let me put this first. The best times to apply for jobs on Upwork as a Nigerian living in Nigeria, that will make you to be seen. This is a tested and proven method by myself, right? It's always from 11 p.m. down to 4 a.m., right? Jobs you apply within this hour always get seen by the client, especially when your your proposal is outstanding, except it's not outstanding. But once you are sure of what you're writing, your cover letter or proposal, trust me, they will see it. And almost some people like, when do I have time to sleep? Well, as a freelancer, sometimes you might have to sacrifice for now your sleep until you get the job. Okay, so now that's by the way. And another time, sometimes you could come here and then the job, and like I always tell people, when you're looking for a job, please don't go to best matches. This is not the best place to look for job on Upwork. Okay, just go to most recent. All right, don't click on best matches. Click on most recent. Most recent gives you the exact job that at the moment is dropped. And all. If you look at this one, you see 10 minutes. You see this one 16 minutes, which means it's recent. And another thing is, when you're applying for the job, please take a look at this proposal. Are you seeing? It's saying less than 5 persons have applied for this job. You stand a chance, especially if your cover letter is outstanding, you stand the chance of being seen and interviewed by a customer if the proposal number is just 5 to 10. If it gets to anything 50, 20 to 50, I'm not saying the client might not see you. It's possible, but the chances are kind of slim. So now, why take such a chance and lose your connect when you could actually apply for a job when it's just less than 5 or max 10? So let that sink in. Make sure it is at least 5 or 10, then apply. The customer has a chance or will be there to see it on time before everybody starts sending in and all that. And then another place, all that I tell people is whenever you come here and you maybe this is what you like. Now, this is um where you go to look for job again on Upwork. And I use this part also. This part also will help when you are writing your when you are writing your Upwork profile. Okay. To okay, sometimes though, without you even applying for a job on Upwork, a cost client could actually reach out to you and tell you, I posted this, could you look at it and apply if you like it, or if you think you can do that job. Of course, the client could only do that if your your profile is outstanding and if it matches the keyword they are looking for. So anytime you are creating your Upwork profile, look for the keyword. For instance, if you are going in as a project manager, most keywords you see is you see agile, you will see CRM, you will see product project manager, you will see coordinator. Though these are the common keywords you see, then implement those keywords on your profile so that once a customer types CRM, your name might pop up, or maybe project manager or agile project manager, your name will pop up. Okay, and make sure you put your keywords anytime you are writing your Upwork profile. To the job. Let's assume now that I'm looking for a job as an executive assistant, so to say. I'll click on executive assistant, right? then it has opened. If you look at this thing, it looks rowdy, okay, and it will take you minutes, hours to actually see what you're looking for. Then now this is where you streamline it, okay? You filter it. Then you come here, you can use entry level, the choice is your own. You can use intermediate or expert depending on what you are. Then if you're looking for hourly job, you can click here, then put the hours you want. If it's 40 hours in a week or how many hours you want, the choice is your own. Then if you now want fixed job is, let's assume for some people who have extremely tight schedule or need extra income, extra job as freelancers. I always advise them to go for fixed job. Job you could finish maybe within 1 week, you get paid and go your way, or job you could finish within hour. Maybe a person will tell you as a project manager you should write SOP for him or her for maybe his company. SOP stands for standard operating procedures, right? That should even take somebody, a project manager, 1 hour to write, and they pay heavily on that. This is like an inspo I'm giving you as a project manager to be or something. You could learn that as a skill also, how to write it. So the person can tell you, I'll pay you $200. Within 1 hour, you have your $200, and that is that by just applying using this fixed price to look for the job. So you can click for it or click on it. You can have, you can say 100 to $500. The choice is your own. You can even say 5,000, depending on what if you if you are a front end person, you could end up to that, or maybe DevOps engineer, you could end up to that. So whatever, let's assume is 100 to $500. You now come here, number of proposals, just like I said earlier. It's always good to go less than five, or at least 5 to 10. Anything outside that is extremely good, your proposal is perfect, and maybe you have a lot of times you've worked for platform, what's the name, from, or maybe an expert vetted on Upwork. Even if they are 1 million, you can apply and the client will take you because already you are standing out, right? Then you come here. This one is not necessary. These ones are not necessary at all. You can if you want. If you want to like trim it down, maybe you want a particular place or country. For me, it doesn't make sense. Or location, leave it. Good customer can come from anywhere. So let's assume we are okay with this, okay? If we now look, you now see that these are the number of persons or the number of jobs that fit our description. Okay. Then if you can do this job, then you apply. It saves you time, it saves your energy and all that. The same thing goes for any job you want to apply for. If you say is this category and make it easier for you, right? So this is basically what Upwork is mostly all about. Then another thing on Upwork I always tell people about is getting 2 or 3 jobs on Upwork. It is good though, extremely. I did it. Okay, it's good. But then you have to be extremely careful so that it wouldn't be seen by your client. Because now let's assume you get 2 of them are hourly jobs and maybe they are clashing, right? For each hourly job you get, most customers will tell you to use timer, Upwork timer. And Upwork timer, as you're working, it takes screenshot of your job, of the work you're doing, because it's timed. Assuming they tell you in a day you have to work for 8 hours, the timing will continue to the timer starts work from the time you logged in and when you clock out. So it takes screenshot, and you cannot tell when it will take screenshot. Maybe it will take it in an hour. You can't say. It takes it intermittently, right, to prove to the client that actually you're working. Now let's assume you have 2 jobs, right? And maybe you clicked one assuming the time to work is for that particular job is on, and then the timer decides to click and capture. What do you think will happen? Of course, you lose the very job and all that. So what I advise people to do, if you must get two jobs, you have to be extremely smart about it. People get even four or five and also give it out to other people to work for them and they'll share the money. But if you must get more than that, at least the least you could do is to get one more extra laptop or desktop to make it easier for you. All right. And another thing about Upwork, I'm not talking about the do's and don'ts now. On no account should you share your contact information on Upwork, not even on your portfolio, and definitely not on your cover letter. You don't do that. Once it's done, you could get banned by Upwork. And of course, you can't have more than one account on Upwork. It's totally frowned upon. And of course, you cannot use someone's card to buy Connect. It's not possible. If your name, for instance, my name is Chuku Eva Hope, that's my name. Now, if I bring a card that has Chuku Hope Eva, as far as the Upwork is concerned, I'm not the same person. We don't go through. So you must state it exactly the way you open that your Upwork account. That's exactly what your card will be. And of course, the card you use, Nigerian Naira cards are not accepted on Upwork. And then you can go for virtual dollar cards, like I think some say GPay, and me, I don't use virtual cards. I use a natural card. Okay, so you can have go open a dollar account and use the card and then apply on Upwork. That makes it easier and saves your time because it's cheaper other than these online cards, which are extremely more expensive, right? So, like I said, your card must tally with your name on Upwork. You can use another person's card, you'll be banned. And another thing is when you're applying for job, be careful about scammers, because if Upwork notices you encourage them and you are replying to their messages and all that, they could ban you. You don't. Or you might finish a job on Upwork and the person could be a scammer and you'll be banned. You yourself will be banned. And the same person will be banned. It happens and they do it. And then another mistake Nigerians make, I don't know if it's out of greed or what, I don't know how to call it this. But they always want to take the job they got on Upwork outside Upwork. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. As a matter of the fact, the current job I'm doing now is taken out of Upwork. And you have to be smart about it. Okay? It's not something you discuss with the customer then. You don't discuss it via the message on Upwork. You definitely don't discuss that on your portfolio, on your proposal, sorry. And then the reason why Upwork advises against taking your job outside is this. Once a client applies for a job, as in post a job on Upwork, the person pays Upwork and then drops a certain amount of money on what they call escobar. This amount of money will now cover you as a freelancer. So that once you are done with the client's job, because some of these white people are very funny. They are dubious. Most of them are dubious and scammers, trust me. You might finish doing a work for they will ghost you. You will not hear from the person again. You will not be I said, she said, he said. So now, in order to make that not abandon, the reason why Upwork is one of the best platforms to work is Upwork saves a part of more like 70% of the client's money for you on escrow. So that once you are done with the job, assuming it's a fixed kind of job, maybe to create an SOP, you finish creating and now the timeline is maybe the customer says in maybe in 2 hours or 3 hours, and then you finish and you dropped the task on the link provided by customer. Of course, once you do it, Upwork will notify the client that it is done, and of course you man you get your own, right. And then let's assume the customer decides to cost you. Upwork will pay you your money. Now that is the beautiful part of Upwork. But let's assume now that you took this thing outside Upwork. Of course, if the person decides to ghost you, Upwork will not do anything about that. And you can't even come and tell them something like, because they will ban you if you tell them something like that. So it's always good to stay within Upwork when you are doing whatever it is with your customer. Even if you finish your job, make sure Upwork pays you there. Okay, don't take it outside for now until you know how to navigate it, and maybe you've worked with the customer for like from time and get to really trust the person. In as much as I know that may not really be possible, but at least to some there could be a level of trust before maybe the customer suggests you take it outside. You could actually take it outside. The advantage of outside taking the work outside of work is this. As a freelancer, especially if you're not a vetted expert on Upwork, you pay a certain amount of money. Like a newbie now, once you get a job, Upwork takes 10% of your salary. Okay, but when you take the job outside, Upwork takes nothing. So you are in charge of your own money. You get every time the customer pays you, right? So that's the advantage of taking it outside. But the risk, like I earlier mentioned, is also vast. So you got to compare the one that works for you, right? And then, will I say, lastly, another thing you have to consider is having a dollar account. You can have it in dollar, euro, pound. The choice is your own, all right? And then let's see, you you also put it, provide your account to Upwork through Payoneer. Payoneer is okay. I don't know. Let me see if I can get the distance. Oh no, open that platform always disturb it. I hope my own opens. Okay. This Payoneer SaaS is like a middleman for the online, for the freelance thing. Once Upwork pays you, you move your money to Payoneer. Then Payoneer will now have your dollar account, but they will now move your money to your Naira dollar account, your Nigerian dollar account. Then you can now go to the bank and withdraw your money. So this is what the platform looks like. Okay, let me see if I can log in. I even remember my password again. Again. Let's see. If it also, I don't know if it. Okay, let me see. Let's see if it. I just want to show you what it looks like. Sorry, please. I already have account now. I can't remember my password. But I'll try.
Hello, Eva, are you still there? Eva, confirm if you're there and you can hear me.
That works for me, and then ask me to break the job down in a way that it will fit motion, right? And I replicated exactly what ChatGPT asked me. The time for the interview came, it was extremely effort. I wasn't just talking to the person today. I was demonstrating what actually I did. What they true that Nigerians are very of course we are very smart. So now I want us to build on and we come back home or whatever. Make you to your friend. Whatever you want to learn, even as we are on this now, right? And they give assignments. You can also use more about that assignment as in connect it to YouTube task. Whatever, just learn it and use it as your portfolio. You shouldn't just end on just a click on the lesson you took as that particular
If I think your line is
on,
breaking up a lot,
on
if I think your line is breaking, can you refresh your network?
this assignment, expand, do a lot of
Okay, guys,
research on that
Eva's line
and
is
make yourself
kind of
stand out.
breaking up.
You never find
So I'm going to see if we can get that resolved so we can have a smooth transmission. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for your patience. Eva is trying to reset her camera. I believe your sorry, she's trying to reset her network. Probably she's having some sort of network challenge. I believe you're learning a lot from this whole thing. I was supposed to have a section, but we're not going to have that anymore. Maybe I'll leave my session for the next community webinar we're going to have. I believe you're having fun. Please, if you're still live, please go ahead and share this video. Let someone on your timeline who might need this information be able to see it. Just share it. Eva is trying to reset. She's going to be back. And once she's back, I believe it's going to be, you know,
Can you guys hear me
more.
now?
Yes, we can hear you, Eva.
I'm so sorry. It's raining heavily here. I am so sorry. Please,
Oh,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
So sorry
It's
for that.
okay. It's much better now.
So sorry. Well, I don't know where you guys stopped hearing and when where. I don't know. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you. I'm not far off. Just go back to what you said 1 minute ago and begin from there.
Okay. What I said was okay. Like I said, you guys are free to ask me questions. I'll answer. Okay. What I said is take your social media platforms extremely serious. Don't just open a social media account just to open it or post anything you want to post. No. As a freelancer, you need to be intentional about things you post on social media. Make sure that your your profile stands out. Your pictures must be professional. Then the background also must be captivating enough for a customer to actually reach out to you. I have friends who got jobs from Facebook. I have a friend currently who got a job on Instagram as a project as a social media manager, and he's being paid every month $1,000. Today currency that should be like 1.4 million naira, and that's a huge sum of money for just managing Instagram. Then imagine if this customer now tells him, "Okay, I need you to manage every other uh, platform I have." Now that's a huge sum of money. Even your what's the name, your WhatsApp, you could be a community manager. So it's extremely important that you are intentional about what you post. And of course, when you are being tagged, be intentional at people that tag you. For instance, my post is everything. My page, all the pages I have, they are all the same. They have everything that has to do with project management. So now, if somebody, as Nigeria is, and so many stories that they fly around on social media and all that, if somebody gives or tags me on a post that is not tech related or social or project management related, I'll block you and I'll remove myself from such. I'm extremely intentional about things I post and people that tag me. I don't joke with that. Okay. And then last but not the least, take advantage of your YouTube. Okay, at least every time I come back from work or whatever thing I do, before I log in and start my online job and all that, I make sure I watch videos. Okay, the current job I got, one of the tasks there was on Notion. To tell you the truth, I know Notion, right? But I've not really dived into that. And because the customer said we will meet for interview within the next 12 hours or something, I knew that I had a long time to watch and learn about Notion. So now I copied the post the customer posted, took it on ChatGPT to digest it and break it down for me in order to make me replicate what the customer wanted on Notion. And then I watched up to 5 videos on Notion. As I was watching, I was creating using what the customer posted and what the customer needs to be done, the task and all that. So when I was done and it was time for the interview, I didn't talk much. I was just sharing my screen with the customer and then explaining step by step what I did. That was extremely entertaining for the customer. He ended up saying that Nigerians are very smart, that he heard that Nigerians are smart and he's seen it. Okay, so now this is the power of YouTube. As you are learning on DESA, make YouTube your friend. Every task given to you or any assignment given to you, take it, or when you are done with it, also watch YouTube videos 2, 3, 4, 5 pertaining to that particular task. When you are done, then use it as a portfolio. Now that will make you stand out. Okay, so I will stop here for now to entertain questions. Okay, Mr. Awesome, thank you very much for this opportunity. All right, I'm totally grateful, sir. So waiting for the questions.
Hey, guys, right now you can
Hello,
go
Mr.
ahead and drop questions you may have. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
All right, so everyone, you can go ahead and drop the questions you have for Eva. I'm going to be reading them out. I'll pick a couple of questions from Facebook. Okay, I'll pick two questions from Facebook. Unfortunately, because of time, we'll have to do it that way. And I'll pick another two or three each on YouTube because we are streaming both on Facebook and on YouTube. Please, if you have a question for Eva, go ahead and drop that question. I'm going to look at it and I will, read it out for Eva to attend to that. So, in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be going through our Facebook and YouTube pages. Okay, Eva, are you ready for the questions now?
Yeah, sure, I am.
Okay, so I'm going to read out a couple of questions and we'll just answer them briefly so that we can be able to answer as many as possible. So someone asked, Susan N. Akbar asked, can one effectively use his or her mobile phone for Upwork jobs?
Well, actually, depending on the job. For instance, if you get a job on Upwork as a social media manager, you don't use a laptop. You can use your phone to do that. You have your chat GPT, which can open via your phone. You can also have Canva. These are the two most important tools you need as a social manager. Yes, you can use your phone for that. But then when you get the job as a project manager or something like a analyst, it's impossible to do that because there are some CRM tools used by a project manager that you cannot use via phone. It's not possible. So you can, depending on the kind of job you got on Upwork. All right. I hope that has answered your question.
Okay, you've heard that you can use your phone, but it depends on the kind of job that you've gotten from Upwork. Adama Monica or Adama Monica said, for a beginner, do you advise we give our Upwork profile to professional or we should build ourselves?
Well, when I started on Upwork, I actually created my profile myself the first time, and I wasn't getting much visibility. Okay, I watched YouTube and did some work on them. It wasn't really that okay for me. Then I actually paid somebody 20K to do that for me, and the person there and he stood out. Then I asked the person. When the person was there, I was like, okay, I'm paying you for this, but I still want to learn how to do it. So this person now actually taught me how to do this. Okay, in as much as she did mine, I also learned from her. So right now I can revamp anybody's at Upwork and it gets visible. It gets customers will be reaching out to the person and all that. So you can do it yourself if you're that good. Okay, but it's actually good to ask for help when you feel you are stuck. Asking for help will help a long way for you. Will go a long way to help you. Thank you.
But, let's take one last question from Facebook and then we'll check our YouTube for other questions. I want to get the question that's a little bit more technical. Just hang on while I go through some other questions while here. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, someone said, I think you've actually answered this, but regardless, I'll still read it out. The person said, how do we penetrate and land jobs on Upwork as a newbie? I learned it's a saturated platform.
Well, any job market is saturated. And now this is where you're standing out, where your cover letter and your upper profile. This is where it comes to play. As a newbie, I always tell a new person, don't focus more on the money. In fact, the money shouldn't even be your your paramount or major interest. Focus mostly on the services and focus mostly on these fixed jobs that you can do quick and go your way. For instance, the customer could tell you, I need a health researcher, or I need someone that can manage my community on WhatsApp. You can apply for those quick jobs. Now, the more jobs you apply and the more you have your this thing, you have your page verified, because the first when you land the job first, your work is verified. Once the customer sees it's verified and you have one or two or three jobs, now that makes you actually stand out. And then don't believe it's that saturated, no, because now it will affect your psyche and make it difficult for you to actually land the job. Just believe you can do it, so you can get job the moment you open your work account. It's not gonna be easy, but just try and you will. Just do the right thing and you will, I promise you. Follow all these guidelines I've given to you and you're gonna land job. Most especially, don't look for money. Don't look for jobs that give you high money. No. Look for fixed and quick jobs you can do and just get your review. The more positive reviews you have, the more clients that will come knocking on your door. That is just a secret as a newbie. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Eva. Let's take a couple of questions from YouTube. Okay. All right. I'm trying to find YouTube. YouTube people are not bringing questions. If you're watching on YouTube, please drop questions. Eva wants to answer a couple of questions. Okay, I've seen one. When Vivian says, apart from Upwork, what other site is preferable to look for jobs online? That's number one. And number two,
Okay.
okay, now number two, you're not going to take that. She's asking how to create a dollar account. I think there is a video on our YouTube channel. Just for the sake of time, just take number one. Apart from Upwork, what other site is preferable to look for jobs online?
Sure. Okay, like aside, I'm going to name 10 that Nigerians and specific can actually look for job. First of all, Upwork is there, Fiverr is there, Nigerians can go there, LinkedIn, Nigerians can go there, freelancer.com, Nigerians can go there. Have I mentioned Fiverr? Yes, I have. Then remote.co, Nigerians can go there. We work remotely, Nigerians can apply there. Then Top Tab, Nigeria can. Guru, Nigerian can. People per hour, Nigerians can go there. Then Hop Staff Talent, Nigerians can go there. So these 10, trust me, will land you perfect jobs. They are trusted, they've been proven on, and Nigerians can actually get jobs from them. Then if you are using, there is one, God, I can't remember the name. Most of us make the mistake, and I will remember maybe later. Don't apply for jobs on that platform because it's mostly for people living outside Nigeria. I'll look for the name and I will think of the name and drop it. Okay. So this 10 I mentioned, you are good to go as a Nigerian. Thank you very much. Hello?
Can you hear me, Eva?
Hello?
Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. Yes. Yes, I can
Okay, I
hear
said
you.
thank you so much for thank you so much for attending to that question. Let's get another question from YouTube. And okay, hang on. Someone said Chioma is asking. She said, Eva, thanks for the enlightenment. Please, can you throw more light on the paying to apply for jobs on Upwork? I think you mentioned somewhere that you got to spend money to apply to jobs on Upwork. So Chioma is asking, you should throw more light on what you mean by that.
Okay, Choma, thank you very much. Okay. First, once you host your profile on Upwork, Upwork gives you 80 connects free. Each connect which you use this connects to apply for jobs. You could have a job of 12 connects, 8 connects, 20 connects, depending on the kind of job it is. So now, that's why I said don't waste your connect when applying for a job. Just make sure you watch out for all those guidelines and red flags I mentioned so I wouldn't waste your connect. Now, once the 80 connects given to you free from Upwork, when you host your as in when you the first time you just got into the platform and registered and your profile is hosted, they will give you 80 connects. And when that exhausts, you will now be paying for connects. And the amount for connect is $14.59, I guess. That is roughly 15,000, 14,000 naira. Okay, then each connect, that 14 point something dollars account will just 100 connect. You can buy 200, 300, 400, it depends on you. Just multiply the 14.59 or so times the 3. Okay, then each connect, each 14.59 is roughly 100 connects. Then depending on how you apply for job again, you can exhaust it immediately. If you make, let's assume you get jobs that are requesting for 20 connect, that's just 5 jobs you can apply with that. So you have to judiciously know how to use your connect so that you not waste it, because it is money and we are talking about dollars here. So I hope I've answered your question, Choma. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Eva. Let's take the last question from YouTube, and so we can actually let you have a wonderful evening because you've really given us a lot of time, and we are really grateful for that. Okay, I'm trying to find a good question. One I think a couple of people have asked, so that once you answer it, you've resolved issues for more than one person. Okay. Um, oh, he's hanging. Okay, somebody's asking, can some? I'm going to bring two questions. Alice Aqua G is asking, can one combine virtual assistant and copywriting as a skill? I believe on Upwork. Then someone else is also asking, okay, what are the difference between portfolio and profile? So let's get the first one first. Um, can one combine virtual assistant and copywriting as a skill on Upwork? That's the first question. When you answer that, I repeat the second one.
As a matter of fact, yes, you can. Virtual
Okay.
assistant is it? Virtual assistant is not actually. Let me use the word. I don't really see that as a skill in code, because
Yes,
as
definitely,
a
definitely.
client who hired you as a virtual assistant, the person could tell you, I need you to work as a project manager, I need you to work as an editor, I need you to work as a copywriter, I need you to work as an email manager, I need you to work as my social media manager. So any work can come as a virtual assistant. So now that copywriting is a beautiful skill you can have. Trust me, you make a lot of money having that skill. So virtual assistant is just the normal thing. Under it has so many things attached to it, depending on what your client wants you to do. I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, and I would even add, copywriting can also be a skill you deliver as a virtual assistant. So you could just be a
Exactly.
virtual assistant that helps a company write their sales copy, right? Just like she said, virtual assistance is just the position where you can express different skills you have. So it's just a positional name, but through it you can express different skills that you have.
Skills. Mhm.
Yes. Right. So the second one is how did I
Something
use
about
that?
portfolio. Somebody said something about
Okay.
portfolio
Yes, yes.
and
Difference
profile.
between a profile and a portfolio.
Okay. A profile is basically information about you, what you've done, how you're supposed to help a customer solve his or her problems. Right? You make yourself stand out on a profile. Just like expressing services you can render to a customer in short word. That's what a profile is. And then a profile comes with your pictures and your information and all that. But on Upwork, it's dangerous to put, like I said, don't put any information, your email address and whatever. It's not needed on Upwork, they'll ban you. Then your portfolio is exactly just train the customer what you can do. As in, I have done this job. This is example of what I'm saying. For instance, um, I'm I'm good in Monday.com. You just on your profile, you told customer, I can automate your customers on Monday.com. I can use bots, I can do this and that on Monday.com. Customer be like, fine, it's good. Now, can I see an evidence? So that portfolio is an evidence of the work you've done. Okay. Can you hear me? Then let me come now. Let's assume that you're a designer. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh boy.
Yes, I can hear
Hello?
you. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Let me use for instance a designer. Okay. I don't know how many of you that knows Vicky James or something. She's an awesome Nigerian designer. If you go to one of her pages, you see so many things she has designed this, she has designed that, blah blah blah, and all that. Then when you start clicking some of the pictures, you now see her portfolio. That is the dresses she has made. Those dresses there are now the portfolio as a client is assuming you want her to make your wedding dress. Then when you go to her page and those wedding dresses you are seeing there are now the portfolio that will convince you that actually she is a wonderful designer. So you now replicate the same thing as a freelancer. I hope I've answered your question. That's just the difference. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's a beautiful one. I think this should be the last question on from YouTube. Um, Pioneer is okay. Okay. Sorry. I think someone is helping someone answer a question. That was my question. Um, oh, I want to sincerely thank some people on YouTube. They are responding to questions from other people. I want to really recommend that. Thank you so. People answer their questions. And that was a nice one. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, boss.
I think that will be all from YouTube. However, have you got time so we can look at Facebook again?
No, sure, I don't have a problem. Well, whatever that makes everybody smile, I'm all here for it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, perfectly, sir. I can.
All right. So I was asking, do you have extra time, or we should wrap up the question and answer section here?
Boss, anything for you, I'm here for you. I don't mind. Just ask. I'm here for you. Seriously. I don't have a
Okay.
problem. You
Let,
can
let me
ask.
get more questions. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. So let me get more questions from Facebook.
All right, sir.
Okay. Someone said you should remember the proposal template. Maybe if it's a file, you can share with me.
Okay,
And
I
okay,
will
someone
share.
also asked, is it a
I'll give it to
must?
you, boss. Go ahead.
Okay,
Boss, go
someone asked,
ahead.
is it a must to have 100% expert? Okay, can you hear me?
100% go. Yes, I can hear you.
Is it compulsory to have 100% expert at the job or to be 100% expert at a job before I can create an account or apply for a job on both Upwork and other platforms? I think he's saying,
Who
must you be an
says
expert on a skill before you can apply at create profiles to apply?
no? You mustn't. If you could remember, I created a scenario about one Notion job like that. I told you I know something about Notion. I've heard about it, but I've not actually know. I didn't actually know how to apply it. But I went ahead and applied for the job, but I never used Notion. The only thing is this: once you apply for a job, it mustn't be more. It's not even done. There is no. In fact, I doubt if it's even possible. Tell you a genius. You mustn't be 100% expert on that job you're applying for, but at least know to some extent, so that when the customer asks you one or two, you could be able to defend yourself. So that's why I always as in tell people to advise people to go on YouTube. Once you apply for a job, of course you have time for interview. Go and learn about that thing you applied for, so that customers could be at least 50% happy. Nobody's asking for 100%. No, you mustn't. Just know a little bit and then apply. You mustn't be an expert. No, such a thing doesn't work here. All right. Just be sure of yourself and go to YouTube and learn. That's all. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Eva. Someone was asking how can they reach you in case they need your expertise in opening Upwork accounts and revamping for visibility. maybe your email address or something they could reach out to you?
Boss, you have my contact, so you can,
Okay.
if you want to share, you can give it to them, no problem. I don't have no problem.
Okay, okay, what will happen is this, for all the people that need Eva's email or what, do we have permission to share WhatsApp with them secretly? That shouldn't be public.
It shouldn't be public, yes. If those you feel will have it, fine and good. I don't have a problem with them.
Okay. All right, so we are going to make a post on the Telegram channel later tonight for people who want to reach out to Eva. And you have to be specific on what you want Eva to do for you. And then we will share her email address with you. So you write her and you can take it up from there, Eva. I hope that's okay.
Perfectly said, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, let's look at more questions.
It's
Someone
okay.
is asking, is it only Upwork and LinkedIn you can use for job? The answer is no. I think Eva has answered
Yeah,
that.
I've
Let's not.
answered it. Yes, I have answered it.
There are many sites you can get job, and she has listed them. So if you missed them, we are going to post after the section. We are going to repost up to close to 50 sites where you can get jobs by priority as well. They're going to be classified, so you know which ones to go to first. There are a lot of sites you can get jobs. Um, okay. Trying to find extra questions. I see people are talking about accountability partners. A lot of people need accountability partners. I don't know how we can go about creating a separate group for accountability. Eva, do you have an idea how we can sort that out?
Yeah, actually, how I did it is I use Google Sheets. Okay, I first declared my interest that I want to so and so people that I can trust that will always be available. Because now you know some people are tricky. It's one thing to say you want to be accountability partner. It's another thing to be actually there to help. Because it's like a help some to help on another kind of group. So and I used Google Sheets, sent it out there, and then asked people to those who are interested to be my accountability partner to add their emails, and they did. So I now went to up to ChatGPT, mapped out like I made it weekly task, as in I typed it go for the month, go for the day, and goals for the week, right? So now, assuming this week we are talking of cover letter writing, okay? I will now like send us a message. This week we're having cover letter writing, so we'll just start writing. Then maybe we'll say we are going to meet on Wednesday. I'll now draw a pool first before then ask us which day will be okay for us because I know most of us have one or two engagements. Once we pick any of the days that like gets more answers and all that, we now use that day as our day to come online and maybe use Google or Google Meet or Zoom to actually discuss how many jobs we applied, as in how many distance sorry cover letters you've written with evidence. As you are writing your cover letter, you write the date. Use if you are using Google Docs to write or MS Word, the choice is your own. As you are writing, you are putting the date. For instance, assuming we are writing our cover letter starts today being 29th of June. 29th to show evidence, 30th to show evidence, 1st of July you show evidence. Then if you are meeting on 2nd of July, all those things, assuming you are doing like five in a day, now that is 20 cover letters you're supposed to write with their date. So you send us the this thing and evidence of it. While we are on Zoom talking about it, all of us, once you call your name, you present your own, we'll go through it. That is how we did it. And I have to tell you, in my group, none of us without a job. I'm happy to say it. All of us have so many jobs, paying much money, not small money. That is how much accountable we are to each for each other. Okay, so these are the steps you can create your own. Start, make it a day goal, a week goal, and a month goal. That will help you accomplish it beautifully like that. I hope I've answered your question. Thank you very much.
And I would also love to ask, I think we have to take this up as a task now at Dexon. If you are from any of our virtual assistant cohort and you are here live, please, I would love you to reach out to your team lead. Or if you're a team lead, you reach out to me directly. Or if you're not a team lead, please reach out to your team lead and declare your interest to manage our accountability partnership platform. So we are going to configure a Telegram group with different rooms. Now, these rooms are going to contain they are going to be for the different programs we do. Talk about cybersecurity, project management, product management, human resource management, and as well virtual assistants. And then under virtual assistants, since we have different niches for virtual assistants, we could have also different rooms for those different niches. So if you're a virtual assistant here, you want to work as an intern to oversee that project, please do reach out. I would love to work with you. And please know that it is an unpaid position. It is an unpaid position. It is 100% voluntary. It's not going to be generating income for anybody, but it's just for the good of the community. So if you think it's something you can handle, reach out to your. I want only people who are part of our virtual assistant programs. I have my reasons for that. I think training makes the difference. So and you can handle that. About two or three virtual assistants should be able to pull that off. So let's have an accountability platform. We'll configure everything needed for it on Telegram. You shouldn't worry about that. We'll even configure bots. That's AI bots that should handle the platform, delete the unimportant messages, people that share links they shouldn't share. It will be deleted. Just AI is going to be the police of that platform, but we need humans who can, oversee the whole thing, to reach out, have meetings, and all of that. So we've taken that out of the way. Eva, thank you so much. And let me see if we can get one
You're
more
welcome,
question.
boss.
Yeah, we can let you
It's
have
okay.
your night rest. I think you were on your way from work or somewhere when I called, and then just from there you've joined us and you've given 100%. This is something we shouldn't take for granted. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, boss.
Okay. I think most of the questions are being repeated. I'm trying to see if there are questions that haven't been attempted before. Some questions are actually being repeated. If I see a fresh question, I will ask. So once you tackle that, we call it an evening. Okay, someone asked me when is the next virtual assistant cohort for those of us who did not attend. And please, the virtual assistant course registration is already ongoing. Go to learnwithdexa.com. Register before we close the form for cohort 4. Learnwithdexa.com. Dexa, DEXA. Learnwithdexa.com. Register there before we close for cohort 4. Okay. Those of us that somebody okay, Kechin here says one of those of us that have graduated, please, if you've graduated from our VA course, you're eligible to apply for that volunteer position. Okay. Eva, she said, someone is asking, Ruth Chinenyenwa is asking, Eva, can you please be the grand patron for an accountability partner?
Uh, uh okay. Boss, I can, in as much as I have a lot on my plate, but anything for DESA, right? Of course,
Wow, wow.
my fellow students, I can always make out time for all of us. So now,
That's
what I
amazing.
will do is I can use, no, I have two things now. I'm going to share my cover letter to my boss, then also my accountability drafted uh, stuff like the one I use, so to say. I'm gonna give it to my boss, then he can share, so all of us can use it. And of course, yes, I can attempt that challenge. It's not a problem. I'll always be here if you guys need me. Like we rightly said, my contact will be made available. So yeah, I think I can help out in that area. It's not a
All right,
problem.
thank you
I
so
can
much,
use it
Eva.
for help.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
sir.
Okay, some people are asking, I think I've seen this question a couple of times, if you can mention the platforms that can detect AI content.
Okay, the one I'll mention the one I use. Okay, there are 1,000,001 of them there, but some of them, even if you use them, if you take them to Quillbox to check for AI, to detect for AI, to show you 100% AI. But then the perfect one I use is, I'll drop the link. This is undetectable.ai. I'm dropping the link. This one is as sure as anything.
Undetectable.ai. Okay.
Yes, I'm dropping the link here. I hope everybody can. This is the one I use.
All right.
Is you use it
I'm
to
going to share it on
100%
Facebook.
humanize whatever thing you're doing. Then when you are done, then you take it to check if it's true. You take it to Qbot. Let me drop the link for that one too. So this is how I do it. This is the link for Qbot. You take it here and check. It will give you, if it show you if it's humanized or not. Some once it shows 100% humanized, then go ahead and post it and use it for whatever you want to use it for. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to stream the links she has mentioned so that the people who are watching can see that. Please, guys, hang on. Let me stream the platforms she had mentioned so you can be able to see how they are spelled and you can be able to spell it correctly. It's been a long night and it is totally worth it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, boys.
Okay. Yes, I have shared it now. So look at that thing that is moving like news stuff, like news headline. Yeah, look at that area. That looks like a news headline. Yes, that's the link. So it's undetectable.ai/detect and Quillbot. I think Quillbot was the one I used to use some time ago when okay for especially blog content. Quillbot is really
Exactly.
powerful. It's really
Mm-hmm.
powerful. It's a powerful
Yes,
tool.
it is.
Okay, let's see if we have any other questions. There are just a lot of questions. Eva, we can't keep you here for the whole night. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Right. So we'll have to draw the curtain. Like I said, we are going to be working on I don't know Hope. If you're here, Hope, my VA, if Hope is here, Hope, please, you are saddled with the responsibility of reminding me to for us to start building out the virtual assistant. I'm sorry, rather the accountability partnership platform. We should start building it out as soon as possible. So hope if you're live, I don't know if you're here, please do remind me. You can add it to my calendar or you can send it to my email so we can quickly start working on it. And for people who are yet to register for our virtual assistant course, it's actually tuition free, 100% tuition free with an option of a certificate. So you can quickly go to our website, learnwithdexa.com and apply for any of the courses. You would apply for project management, product management, HR management. Even we got a good news recently. One of our project management students, I think we haven't shared her testimonial. We'll likely share it on Monday. She just got a job. She used to work as a banker, just like almost like Eva. She works as a banker. So she says she goes to work by as early as 5 or 7 a.m. and then comes back by 10 p.m. You can imagine what kind of lifestyle that was. And then she took the project management course. Now she's working as a program coordinator, I think, and she's working hybrid. Hybrid means she could work from home or she could work on site. And she works from 8 to 3. I mean, no, nine to 3, and she's done for the day. That is a really big change in her life, her finances, and all of that. So feel free, take this opportunity. It is free for now. Take this opportunity. We have a reason for doing what we do at Dexa. Let me share a little story. While I was in school, I schooled at Imo State University. Because of how techy I was, I knew a lot of things about computers. I knew a lot of things about the internet. I was always online, trying to hustle things out. So I had a lot of people approach me, people you would call Yahoo boy. They needed my expertise, right? We could join them, form a coalition while I bring in my smart guy stuff. They bring in the ideas and we scam white people. But I refused, because of my refusal, I had a lot of issues in school in the sense, in the aspect of finances. I wasn't that guy that was balling in school. I did not get shishi for school. I wasn't balling. And then I persevered. I refused that I wasn't going to do it. And then coming out of school and trying to look for opportunities, I just realized that those my friends have messed up our name as Africans. And if you know how passionate I am about Africa, if you followed me for a while, I can kill. for Africa. It's crazy, but you don't joke with Africa around me, right? Um, People they have made a bad name for us, especially for us Nigerians. You apply for a job, and I'm sure Eva knows what I'm talking about. You apply for a job, you are qualified for that job, but because you're Nigerian, sometimes it puts a question mark on your skill and your qualifications. It is an insult. A lot of people didn't see it that way. They saw it as our brothers bringing back what the white man stole from our forefathers, which is actually complete bullshit, right? You're making things difficult for your countrymen who are seeking out for brighter opportunities legitimately. So this thing was difficult for people. It was why we had to decide to do something different. Hold on, please. Just hold on a little bit.
With over 8 million broadcasts and over 600 million viewers.
Man, network is bad.
Eva, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I had a bit of a network issue. Let me just round up. So what we are doing, all of the things we are doing now, is to be able to call more like the primary reason why we began what we are doing is for us to curb the effect of cyber fraud on Nigerian youth, Africans most especially. The effects of cyber fraud. We need you to know that you can make legitimate earning working legitimate jobs. Look at Eva, what she has been able to do for herself, and there are a lot of people who have gone through different programs, even outside DEXA, getting into tech, learn a digital skill, and just give it time. Give it time. Not something you jump into today and then you become successful tomorrow. No, you have to give it time. That is the truth. Anything beautiful is worth waiting for. Learn that skill, earn money in a way that you are confident about. That is why we are doing what we are doing, to change the narrative, to make you know that there is a whole world of opportunity out there for you. You don't need to sit in an office and do jobs you don't like. A lot of people are doing jobs they're not happy about. You don't need to do all of that. And much respect also to 9 to 5 hours. Let's not disrespect people that work 9 to 5 jobs. Most times, I say they are the real MVPs because, man, the sacrifices people make, a lot of us cannot make that sacrifice. So, my respect and hats off to people who do 9 to 5 jobs. God bless you for your sacrifice. And we also pray and hope that opportunities that would make you have a more free and comfortable life comes across you. And if you don't mind, we welcome you to pray. So thank you so much, Eva, for a wonderful
Yeah,
evening.
welcome, sir.
All right, guys, for the next webinar we're going to have, I think I'll be sharing how to find or how to search for jobs across other social media platforms. Or let me just give something out as a bonus. Um, if you want to search for a job on Twitter, people don't know, and on Facebook, right? You could actually just use keyword, use SEO to your advantage. I'm going to do this in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Use SEO to your advantage. SEO is search engine optimization. Now, if I'm the one that wants to give out a job, let's say I'm looking to hire okay, let's use project manager. I'm likely going to write as a title hiring under a right project manager, right? Now, for you to find a post like that, you should go on Twitter. That's what you call search engine optimization. You should use search engine to find content that are optimized to your own wants or needs. So go on Twitter and search for hiring. Put the position or the role you're looking for. You could look for hiring virtual assistant, hiring social media manager, hiring product designer, hiring graphic designer, anything you want at all. Write hiring, then write that role, search for it. You can filter to find recent posts, and then from there you can be able to apply. I've gotten and seen a lot of jobs through that format I'm teaching you right now. You can also replicate that on LinkedIn because a lot of people don't use the job option on LinkedIn. They just post it, make it as a post, and wait for people to apply. Most of them do not have visibility and nobody will apply. So when you search for those jobs using the search bar like that, you get to find jobs nobody else is seeing. You can do it on Twitter and you can do it on LinkedIn and every other social media platform that you know about. But Twitter is one of the biggest you can find such jobs. So thank you so much for making it a wonderful evening. And thanks once more to Titi Lokwe, who was our first speaker, and then Eva, who has capped everything off. Eva gave us an R plus. That is mind blowing. Thank you so much, guys. You have a wonderful evening. Ciao, ciao. Eva, have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, welcome, sir. I you too, sir. Thank you. And you too, boss. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Bye.